Good evening. I'm Enarida Flor and welcome to Churikua. I have lived in Alicante my whole life, but my mind was kind of messed up because I didn't know what to study at college. So I took a gap year in Ceuta, in Morocco, with two of my friends. One of them had a relative who had an apartment that we could rent. We got a job and everything seemed to be okay. We had the idea of visiting other cities there. We went to El Jadira, a beautiful city, but we arrived kind of late, almost at night. We started looking for a place to stay and a good place to have dinner, but just at that moment we had the idea of going to the sea and enjoying its beauty. Even though the sun had already set, we saw a very gorgeous woman with a wonderful and long black hair waving while the wind was blowing, such as playing with it. Her beauty was so that it was impossible to not look at her. Her voice was melodious as she spoke. She had the particularity of speaking several languages. Something made me astonished, and I fell in love with her immediately. Her beauty was masterful and made us fall in love with her beauty. Her enchanting eyes and her voice were so hypnotizing, and she was inviting us to go to the sea with her. We didn't pay attention to her feet until I stumbled with something, and once I finally avoided falling down and recovering my equilibrium, I realized my mobile fell down, and at the time of picking it up, I saw her feet. They were camel's feet. I couldn't believe my eyes. I became scared immediately. I cried out, and just as naturally, I unconsciously said, "Oh God, God bless us and relieve us with mercy." I took the silver chain I had on my neck, and suddenly, without looking back at her face, just blew a kiss to us, turned softly round, and left. It is worth mentioning that my friends didn't realize what actually happened until she left. I told them about that, but they seemed to not believe what I said. The next day, we took a tour through the shore, and we were told about the Portuguese invasion to the city and above all the legend of Aisha Kandisha, a beautiful woman who, according to the Moroccan folklore, is a jinn, a kind of genie with certain magical powers, with ghosts or camel's legs, who attracts young men and seduces them, makes them get mad, or kill them. This entity tends to appear close to the rivers, the sea, or wells. When I heard this story, I was stunned, and I couldn't figure out how this creature was hunting us that night. Sure, you're wondering about how my friends didn't realize about it. The same I do, and I still do until nowadays. Later, for my surprise, the current story of the former Aisha Kandisha in real life was told. There are two versions. In the first one, she was an orphan who, after losing her family by Portuguese troops, started seducing soldiers and ending their lives. Nevertheless, the most famous in El Jadira was the one that said that she was the daughter of a Spanish count who was from Ceuta. As a diplomatic resolution with the Arabians, she stayed living there, taking baths in the strait and giving the name of Jebel Musa or Mount Musa. Then got married, and thanks to the war with the Portuguese troops, her husband died. She took the initiative of seducing the Portuguese soldiers and carrying them to where the Moroccan troops would be waiting for them to end with them. After the tour, I remained unclowned. My mind was messy, so I decided to ask my friends, but they still thought that I